The real shit that people should be asking for is the tapes and the videos and all the evidence that the FBI and the CIA collected off of Epstein Island.
I built this thing from the bottom, they tore it down, I rebuilt it. I give myself a task, you can bet your ass I fulfill it. Yeah, man, I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try. My family.
Podcast episode 125, pulling the thread.
Are we already on?
Why do you think,
Are we already on?
did I just see snakes on your phone?
No, hell no.
Let me
Those
see.
damn snakes on my
Open it
phone.
up. I just saw snakes.
No,
Are
you
you
didn't see any
secret?
snakes.
Are you secret snaking?
No, you didn't see any snakes on my phone.
I'm pretty sure I did.
No. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to delete you from my feed because that's all I see now is snake shit.
Me?
Yeah. All
So-
your snake stuff comes up.
So I have a
Snakes in a hotel.
There's a
Snakes
snake.
on a bus.
I have
Snake.
I have an actual reptile Instagram page,
Uh-huh.
and for some reason when I post there, it merges with my
Mm-hmm.
personal Facebook. I don't know why it does that. What where the fuck's the Epstein list at?
You know, you're just as bad as all these other.
No, I'm not.
You're-
I want to know.
Okay. You know what a rabbit hole is? Does anybody know what a rabbit hole is?
Yeah, I'm living one every day.
You live a rabbit hole. You know what the Epstein list is? It's a rabbit hole. If they published the list tomorrow,
Nobody would believe it.
No. It doesn't matter if they believe it or not. If they published a list of names tomorrow and said, these are all the people that were in Epstein's client list, do you know what they just didn't tell you anything about? Any criminal prosecutions. So it's another rabbit hole. This is one of the biggest rabbit hole. This will be the biggest rabbit hole of this century. Everybody keeps asking for the wrong thing. They've already published a list.
So what should they? be
Every
asking
single
for?
person that walked out onto the tarmac. Now, kids, Brandel might not understand this, but I know you understand this because you're old like me. Every single person that walked out onto the tarmac with him and got on the Lolita Express knows exactly what they were doing. You don't get on a fucking plane that's called the Little Girls
Is that what Lolita
that's what
means?
Lolita is. That was a very popular 1970s movie. You don't get on the Lolita Express and be like, oh, I wonder what that means. Not the people of that age group. They know exactly what it was from the time period that they grew up. They've already published the list of everybody who got on that airplane. So publishing a client list is probably going to mirror the people who got on the airplane. Again, does not prove a crime was committed. Doesn't prove a crime was committed. So everybody's asking for the wrong shit. The real shit that people should be asking for is the tapes and the videos and all the evidence that the FBI and the CIA collected off of Epstein Island. That's what they should be asking for. They're asking for the wrong shit. Who gives a fuck about the client list?
Did they show tapes from the Diddy stuff? Did they have tapes?
No.
Was that stuff was never shown because they took all the computers and the tapes and all the shit because they made a big deal about it.
You have a government that protects the institutional heads of said government. So, for example, we'll use Diddy's trial as an example.
Who's out, right? He's out now.
He might be. I don't know. He got prosecuted for the prostitution stuff, so I don't know.
For the prostitution which willingly she participated. They hired a dude, right?
You know what the crazy part is? This is the crazy part. The crazy part is Cassie facilitated it.
That's the girlfriend, female.
Yeah, that's the female. Cassie facilitated. Cassie was the one that was making the phone calls. Cassie was the one that was hiring and paying. Wasn't Diddy. Now, again, she was probably doing it. You could say she was doing it at the behest of Diddy, but Cassie was the one who was actually doing it. So, I mean, I would think that you could argue in court. I would think that Diddy could argue in court that he had no idea they were prostitutes. That he thought they were just dudes coming to bang his wife because he's got his girlfriend because he's got a hot girlfriend. I think he could argue that. But again, even the Diddy case. If you look at the Diddy case, the reason why Diddy was only prosecuted for those said crimes was they already worked a deal out. That was the deal. The deal was you're going to go down for a little bit, and it's going to be that bad, You'll be all right. That was the deal. They were protecting the Obamas. They were protecting the Democratic Party, who was in that fucking forum, that was doing those things in that forum. They were going to the Diddy parties. They were using Diddy in order to create. I mean, Diddy was part of the Democratic. Diddy was part of the Democratic fundraising apparatus in that part of in California. So they were using Diddy. So to assume that they don't have, like, again, the FBI takes truckloads of evidence out of his house, and what do we know?
Nothing.
We don't know nothing. We don't know no tapes. We don't know, none of that was shown in court. Why was none of that shown in court?
Because they can use it for blackmail later.
Because they're using it right now. Or they're one of two things is either happening. They're either using it right now, like they're either like the Donald Trump administration is either using it, or the apparatus that is the permanent government, who does not like Donald Trump, is hiding all that. That's more likely. It's more likely that all that material, even the stuff that came from Epstein's Island, that it's more likely that material is being hidden. There's a fucking FBI agent that's got it all in a closet. It's like, I don't know where any of that stuff is. I don't think it exists. That they're hiding it to keep it away from the Republicans. Because understand this, they collected all that evidence. Before the election of Donald Trump. If there was any possible way that any of that evidence could have been used to hurt the Republican Party, you're goddamn right the Democrats would have used it.
So what do you think about Trump saying that this is all fabricated by the same people that did the Russia hoax, and there is no client list, and there is no Epstein files?
Because maybe we go back to what I just said. Maybe there isn't. Not that there's no client list, not that there's no material.
There's just no Heidi Fleiss little black book.
Well, no. There may even be that. But let's look at it this way. The FBI was diligently destroying evidence prior to him coming into office. So prior to his people being put in all these places, they were doing everything they could to destroy evidence, hide evidence. Because I guarantee you they just hid it. Because, again, the FBI, if you just look at the FBI as an organization, from the get-go, the FBI has collected information on politicians in order to blackmail said politicians. That was Hoover's fucking mandate. So to assume that they threw it away, probably not. It's probably hidden somewhere to use later.
In one of those mines?
Somewhere. No, I mean, it could, the reality is it really could be in some dude's desk drawer. They're not going to go search everywhere. Now, I want you to think about this. They were doing everything they can to hide that information prior to Trump being elected. Trump is elected. He has to fucking fight tooth and nail to get his people in those positions, right? He gets those people in those positions, and they're like, "Where's the Epstein stuff?" And then you're the deputy director of New York City. You're like, we don't have anything. And then you're like, nah, you're full of shit. Kash Patel, and you're like, you're full of shit, there's something. And you go snooping around and you don't find anything. You also have other shit to do. Like, the reality is, from a director of the FBI, who gives a fuck about the Epstein list? Like, who gives a fuck about Epstein's done and over with? There's more shit to do. Like, nobody's talking about the fact that Kash Patel, in the first 2 weeks of being the FBI director, got all 10 of the most wanted individuals in the United States, the FBI's most wanted, in the first 2 weeks. And Biden didn't get any of them the entire time he was president.
That's because they said you can go do this. Like, we knew where the motherfuckers were.
Of course. That's the only.
They're just like.
That's the only way. That's the only way that possibly happens. Well, the other thing too is, what people need to understand is the difference between Kash Patel and previous directors under the Biden administration. Under the Biden administration, and even fucking Dum Dum, the idea of the FBI was to ensure the narrative. And that's why you had FBI agents that were going after school, people who were at, PTA meetings. You had FBI going after these things that, in retrospect, the FBI never does, right? But they were trying to enforce the narrative. So they had to enforce the narrative. Kash Patel gets there, and the whole time Kash Patel is talking about the FBI, what is he talking about? He's talking about using the FBI to enforce the law. The real law, not the fake law that they were using to go after PTA moms, but to enforce the real law, to go after real criminals. So you have this whole redirection of the FBI in the first place. So again, if I tell you, John, I'm like, hey, special agent, there's a mom that is threatening there's a mom that's threatening to blow up a school in fucking whatever town. You're going to go and investigate it. You're going to go do the thing because that's what I'm telling you to do. Now, new leadership, Brandel shows up and he's like, hey, motherfucker, that's a local matter. It's not a federal matter. That's a local matter. We have nothing to do with that. Go get the top 10. Go refocus. It's kind of like everybody is fucking freaking out. Like,
I think they caught the top like almost 1,000.
Yeah, they're taking them off the street.
Like they're fucking busy.
But it's like it's kind of like ICE, right? Everybody's like, oh my god, ICE. Oh my god. Like, that army was already there. Those guys were already there. They just weren't allowed to do their jobs. All Holman and, Bondi and the president have done, all they have done is they just has showed up to work and went, hey, you know what? You guys can go do your jobs. That's it.
The warrant.
Execute the warrant. You can go do your jobs, right? Go do your jobs. So it's I don't know. We're on the Epstein thing. I don't give two shits about Epstein. I don't care about the client list. I don't care about it because the reality is no one on that list is going to get prosecuted for any crimes that they committed on Epstein Island. It's just not going to happen.